All right, so the burnout truck is on the dyno. We're going to see how much power it makes as it sits right now. I was told that it's stock other than it has a govern spring in it. I'm going to say that somebody's played with the pump, or how much smoke that it blows, from when you guys seen burnout. But I could be wrong. Maybe, wow, somebody definitely has played with the pump. I can't say it. Somebody's played with the pump. I don't know anything about it other than that. So we're going to put it on the hub, or it's on the hub. We're going to do some runs, see what it does. Hopefully we don't kill the transmission, because it was 2 liters low in transmission fluid. And it leaks. But that's okay. It's going to die on the dyno. That transmission is going to die. I know that. But that's okay. Let's get after this, see what kind of numbers we make. For you guys that were wondering what we were just doing. Now, with this transmission, get into it more with different ones, is when you stuff your foot to the floor, it wants to kick down. And I don't want it to kick down because I want to see it holding the power, wide open throttle, yada, yada, yada. You're on the street, you want your hook kick down, hooked up so it functions properly. But in this case, I've unhooked it. Now, this is your kick down right here. On this truck anyway. And the other one is cruise control. Yeah, cruise control. I just had to take it off so that I could get to the kick down. So I took that off. You don't want to leave it like that. Like I said, it's hard on the transmission, but this transmission, I don't care about. So it's okay. But for dynoing stuff, if you don't want it to kick down. So if you have no way of making it hold the gear, like in that truck, I have a lockup switch that actually holds it in gear. So you lock up the converter and then it won't let it downshift. So it works well for that. Obviously this does not have, well, I shouldn't say obviously. This doesn't have a lockup torque converter. So that doesn't work. You can't just use a switch. I guess you could use a switch to get it hold into overdrive. But we're not in overdrive. Or were we testing in overdrive? Actually, no, I think we were in overdrive on this one. Because that was the only way I could get it to hold the gear. So I just thought I would mention that. We'll go back to the video. All right, guys, so for you guys that are still watching because you want to win the free t-shirt, that's the best number we could get out of it. I don't know if you guys can even see that or not. It's hard for me to see it in the screen. If not, I'll take a picture of it, but that's what she made. So whoever's closest to that number, I will let you know probably in the next video, and you're gonna get a free t-shirt. Or the dynoing on this truck is stock as it is. It does not have a govern spring. I would say somebody's definitely played with the fuel screw, or the power screw, if you want to call it such. Somebody's definitely played with that because it definitely blows more black smoke than one of these would normally blow. I don't know about injectors or any of that stuff, obviously, until we go into it and pull them out and just see. But it works pretty good for what it is, but a govern spring will definitely make a difference. So in upcoming videos, I'm going to do, if you guys want, I'm going to do a govern spring. We'll probably put fuel pressure gauge on it just so we can see kind of power what kind of fuel pressure it's holding, because we want to make sure that we're not running it out of fuel, because obviously we'll have a power problem then. We're going to do a boost lead check on it, do a few little things just to see. But I want to show you guys the drivability side of things and the power, where the power comes on, and the difference in a govern spring. Because in my opinion, on one of these things, what you should be doing, very first thing you should be doing after you've serviced it, is govern spring, because it makes a big difference in one of these and the way they drive. So that will be on another video, but let me know down in the comments if that's something you guys want to see. I'm going to play with this truck, and the only reason I kind of have shied away from Shay's truck a little bit, we will get back into his a little bit when we're doing some of the power stuff, and I don't think this transmission is going to hold a bunch of power. But I wanted to start with something completely stock, and we'd already monkeyed with that, and I didn't want to take the govern spring back out of it. And yeah, so for lack of, or I shouldn't say lack, for not wasting time, we're going to use this truck to do it. Obviously, the automatic transmission is going to peter a little bit of power. It's going to pull a little bit of power out of it. It's going to make a little bit of power difference versus a standard or an automatic with a lockup. But this will give you a very good general idea. There is some of these running around with these transmissions in them still. So I just figured this was an easier platform to kind of play with. And this does have a stock intercooler with all the stock stuff on it still. Stock air box. I think it does, well, according to this, it has a K&N filter in it, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it does have a K&N filter according to that sticker. We won't know until we actually take that off. But I just wanted to show that and show you what the actual, show you the progression until we get to basically Shay's level, and then we'll take it with Shay's and we'll bump it up from there with the stock pump. We'll get what we can out of the stock pump, or reasonably out of stock pump, what a normal guy is going to do. And then we'll play with my truck. So we'll catch you on the next one. Well, good for this one. Check out this video. Appreciate you watching.